Well, hello, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving week to you. This is Amber Townkean, your terrific Tuesday $1 Million Messenger, calling you from the greater Phoenix area. And today, sometimes I have something prepared ahead of time, and sometimes I just trust that God's going to place something on my heart that needs to be talked about when I wake up. And so that is today. And today, the thing I cannot get off of my mind is habits. I am so very grateful for habits that I've created in my life. And this isn't to make you feel bad or to make you feel like, oh, Amber. It is to think, what is one thing in the next 63 days that I want to make a new habit in my life? As it gets cooler here in Phoenix, and we have gorgeous afternoons right now in the high 70s and sometimes 80s, but probably about 75 this week in the afternoon. I wanted a new habit of taking an afternoon walk. And so I just decided, okay, well, if you are serious about an afternoon walk, I work out every single morning, and I go to the gym. I do the sauna. I do either I lift or I do Orange Theory, and that is a habit I created so many moons ago. And when I lived in Kansas City, I did 9 rounds, and before that, I went to the gym. So it's just been a habit that's been in my life for a long time. Well, I wanted to add an afternoon walk, just a gratitude walk of 2 to 3 miles, sometimes maybe 4, depending on the day. And so I had to do something to make that happen, and that is tracking. And I had to put a reminder in my phone to stop working and go take a walk. And because I'm self-employed, we're independent contractors, so with the right to control our own business. And so I chose that I wanted to start enjoying those afternoons and taking a walk. And so I do. But it took me setting a reminder. It took me putting it in my schedule. It took me tracking it in order for it to become a habit. Now it's something that is absolutely a need in my day. And so when you look at that, maybe it's something in business. Maybe it's something that you're just like, I do a lot of things, but I don't put habits in my business. I haven't done that yet. Then maybe it's looking at what is your baseline. I remember in Kansas City when I decided that I was going to do 63 days of making 10 booking phone calls a day, not booking outreaches, booking phone calls a day, that I was going to ring the phone for 10 people a day, and I was going to track it. And that became such a joy in my life. And people ask all the time, well, when do you make your calls? When you have 4 kids, my goal was always have all my outgoing calls done before they were home from school. And so my first kid at that time would get home around 2:45. And so I would look at the clock, and if I had been busy doing other things, I needed to have those 10 phone calls. I knew it took me about 15 minutes to make 10 phone calls, to leave a voicemail, and follow them by a text. And that became something that was such joy. But let me be really honest with you. At first, it had to be a decision. And I do always joke that I've never skipped into my office thinking, I'm going to make my booking phone calls. But about halfway through, because Mary Kay has taught us to smile when we make phone calls, about halfway through my booking phone calls, I was smiling. Of course, I was already smiling at the beginning, but I was feeling the smile now. And I was like, why do I wait until 2 o'clock to make these calls? Because they make me feel so good. And so I would say, maybe it's that you need to sit and decide a income producing habit that you are willing to adopt in your Mary Kay business. Maybe your Mary Kay business has been on the back burner, or you have never given it a priority of your time. And today, this is an announcement to decide that I'm going to make something in my Mary Kay business a priority that is going to move my business forward. So either booking phone calls or an amount of bookings a day or amount of reach outs a day, whatever that might be, that you decide is going to be your new habit to bless your family. Because you guys, I am so very grateful for this Mary Kay career. The one thing I know, and I've said it a million times lately, is when you work Mary Kay works for you, because this business works. So I would challenge you today and decide in this thankful season, what is a new habit that you want to adopt for your business, maybe one for your personal life, and maybe one for your family. So Either way, hopefully this was a blessing for you today. Hopefully you have a week full of visiting friends and family and a little bit of downtime as well. I hope you have a blessed day. This is Amber Town-Gian, your terrific Tuesday $1 Million Messenger, signing off. Have an amazing Tuesday.